the first month of Q3. So much going on. First really down day in quite a while. We did close right off the lows, but a lot of red on that screen here and so much to talk about. So this was a big week. We knew coming into this week. I've talked about it with you guys for a while. This is episode 9875 of What the Heck's Going On. We had the Fed meeting on Wednesday. We had a lot of economic data coming out, consumer confidence and whatnot. Full docket of earnings and guidance, so much. And then obviously the tariff space and where we have deals and where we don't have deals. And obviously the big deadline, the August 1st deadline, which had been something that had been looming for a while. So it couldn't have been more. I mean, this was a packed calendar full of every possible thing that you could imagine. It has major implications in impacting markets movement on the upside, downside, volatility, and all that. So it was a big week. And so each day something different happened. The market was smacked around. It was some positivity, some smackdown, some everything, ending the week in probably the biggest down day, the largest down day since I believe April 21st on the NASDAQ. Mag 7 and the tech sector got smacked down. So let's go. Let's look at what we got here. Down 540 on the Dow, down 110 on the S&P, 1.2 billion on the tape, 3-to-1 advances versus declines versus advances. I would say you've got the VIX up sizably, probably one of the biggest VIX days we've seen in a while, up about 20%. Fear index is in. So we've been trading the flatline to do it. As an economist, they're not all said and done. That's what happened. However, we came in on Wednesday, and the question is, look, if we're not going to cut on Wednesday, are we getting any foresight and guidance about cutting? Now, we know the decision's based on the economic data, and the economic data on Wednesday, Apple, after a couple of rough quarters, blowing that out of the word, it has been an underperformer. So you've got so many moving parts, major earnings, solid guidance, deal, done in the tariff space. And then we come into Friday, and the market obviously sees all this, so it's an emotional reaction to it by the big sell-off because of the economic data that was so poor. However, what we may see on the follow-through is that this now sort of forces the cards to cut interest rates in September, which is probably what the market's been wanting, and surely the administration's been wanting. DM me the world wild and crazy, and I'll be ready for you when you get there.